All rise.
Long live the king!
Yeah. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
All right, the debaters shall begin, and we'll begin with the Redcoats, and they will have their 30-second statement.
We needed to tax you because we need to pay for the war. So, therefore, you guys dumped tea down the drain in the harbor. And if you never did that, we would have never had to close down the harbor, and you would have never gotten angry, and this would have never happened. We would have never had gone to war.
All right, we have a rebut.
Listen, since you have been paying taxes, we cannot feed our children, we cannot pay for clothes, and we cannot pay for our home. Now that you have taxed us, we have no money to pay for the war. So go back to Great Britain and go tax yourself.
All right, you can respond.
That was not a very good statement to come back. I demand that you guys pay your taxes and go surrender from war.
Then let us move west of the Appalachian Mountains for once.
No can do. You're staying here.
All right, next debaters. I'd like to see more passion, people.
Well, Redcoats,
Yeah! I beg to differ.
All right, you may begin. I'm sorry, but the Patriot side now gets to say his statement first, and then you can rebut. Your statement, sir. Your argument. Do you have anyone who can help you? Whisper in your ear any information you might need because you seem to be forgetting.
Go pay your own taxes. We don't need these taxes anymore.
Is that your 30-second statement, sir? Okay. Would you like to rebut?
Yes. I declare that you decided to go in America while you could have stayed in Great Britain. We tax you because you went in America. If you stayed in Great Britain, you wouldn't have to pay the taxes. And not only that, we still need money for the war. You did not fight it.
Sir, would you like to rebut?
You should go back to Great Britain. Go pay your own taxes. Did you get that? Stop.
All right.
I beg to differ.
You beg to differ a lot.
I beg to differ. The only reason we tax you because you went in America. If you didn't go in North America, you wouldn't have to pay the taxes. So if you just stay in Great Britain, you wouldn't have to pay.
All right, the next debaters. Thank you, sir. Okay, the Redcoats now get to share their 30-second statement.
So Redcoats.
We have to tax you because we have to pay for the war. If we tax our own people or take a ton of money out at once, it will cause a lot of problems here. You shouldn't have started the war because you have to pay for your own war when you attacked us. We're not in charge of you. We're not in charge of what you do. So you cause that problem with money because you have to pay for your own weapons and ammunition because you attacked us. We didn't attack you.
All right, would you like to rebut?
Well, if you hadn't put tea taxes on the tea, we wouldn't even have to start a war, and you could save your money.
We had to put taxes on the tea because we had to put taxes on the tea because we had to pay for the war somehow. And if you were that angry about it, you could have just told us.
Yes, but we didn't think that you would listen because you needed money.
Excuse me?
Well, if any other debaters would like to chime in, they can at this point in time, as well as the Redcoat side.
I object.
The one thing I am very perplexed about is you're gonna make us pay for stamps. They are this tiny. They go on mail. You don't need to make us tax stamps. It's just ridiculous.
Well, do you want us to tax you for the expensive stuff or the cheap stuff?
Neither.
Neither.
We
must have a choice. Yeah.
I need to hear some more passion, people. Order in the court. Now there will be. Thank you. I'm sorry. I completely forgot about the gavel. Order in this court. At this time, we will entertain questions from our...
Deliver the mail yourself.
At this time, we will entertain questions from our judges.
Why did the Patriots dump the tea over when they knew that they wanted more taxes?
We were very furious with all the taxes they had, and we couldn't afford it anymore, so we decided to dump the tea so we didn't have to pay the taxes.
Well, if you hadn't dumped the tea, they wouldn't have closed the Boston Harbor, which would have made you guys not... They wouldn't have had to close the Boston Harbor, which put your people out of work. And then you're saying that you're going to starve, so maybe if you hadn't done that, they wouldn't have done that, and some of the problems would have been solved.
Any questions for the Redcoats?
Why did you produce the Stamp Act?
Because we need to pay for the war.
They did not fight in the war. We did.
And what is the Stamp Act?
We put a tax on stamps.
It has nothing to do with stamps.
We tax on gold.
It's tea, not stamps.
We need to pay for the war.
What is it?
Paper products.
The Stamp Act is on a tax on paper products.
For the Redcoats.
I'm sorry, order in the court, please.
The Redcoats, but you guys should have been more fair to the Patriots. Yeah. Sorry.
Do you think you could have been more fair to the Patriots?
No, because they dumped their tea and
What about taxation without representation?
that means.
Someone get a dictionary.
What is taxation without representation? Order in the court.
I object, you object.
What is it? What is it? Shh.
When you tax them, but not really.
Why didn't you give the Patriots a say in the parliament? Why did they not have a vote? I have not heard any argument to that extent.
Because if they wanted to have a say in it, they should have send someone over to Parliament to argue.
Well, let's ask them. Why did you not send people over to Parliament to have a vote in the decision to tax?
Because they closed the harbor?
Oh, good point. Good point.
Closed the harbor because you dumped the tea. Yeah, but we don't need
Because you made unfair taxes.
You made unfair taxes.
All right, order in the court. This debate is now over. We will allow the judges to retire.
The retired?
Who won?
All right. All rise. The jury will now retire to their chambers so that they can make a decision on who won the debate. Come on in, please. All rise. Have a seat. I will ask the jury if they have made a decision, the jury of judges. Jury of judges, have you made your decision?
Yes, we have.
And what is your decision? The Patriots. Can you tell us why the Patriots have won the debate?
Because you're good
The Patriots have not won. The Patriots have won because the British were not really listening to the British were not really listening to the Patriots on what they were saying, and they didn't even know what the Stamp Act was.
All right.
Why else?
good point.
We chose the Patriots also because that even though they didn't really have a lot respect them, but I did think that they were they listened to the Redcoats. Unlike the Redcoats, they were just worrying about what they wanted to say, and they really proved their point.
All right, thank you very much. And so, the Patriots win the debate. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
War, that's it. They don't want the go.
All right.
This debate is now in session. May I please have the jurors or the judges have a seat? It's time for the swearing in. Put your hand on the Bible, please.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, Judge. All right, the debate will now begin.
First off, I would like to talk about what started the war, the taxes. You guys taxed us for something that we did not commit in. You guys taxed us for the French and Indian War, which we were no part of. You taxed us on all printed paper that we used. You guys also taxed us on tea, one of our most beloved drinks. We want our tea, and we do not want to be taxed on it for something that we love. The government should pay for itself, not from us.
All right, is that it for the Patriot side? All right, quickly, please. Your 30 seconds are up.
We need a say in the government. We need to have a chance to defend ourselves.
All right, thank you. Would you like to rebut, please? The Redcoat side. Is there anything that we need to add over here that we wanted to add? Go ahead.
We won't stop until you drop.
We won't stop until you drop.
All right. Passionate, I like that. All right, the Redcoats now get to rebut.
Well, you dumped our tea in the harbor. And now the harbor is closed because of that. And since you were taxed on tea because you dumped it and it was our tea and we were giving it to you.
Well, now, since you shut down the harbor, we haven't been able to make any food or money because more than half of our people work at the harbor. That's where we make our money, and now we're starving.
All right. Thank you very much. The next two debaters, please. Very passionate, and I feel very prepared. All right, you may begin. Now, this time, the Redcoats will be permitted to provide their 30-second statement. Order in the court. Yes.
So, before this all happened, you loved our land, you loved the laws, you loved our king. And then when it was a horrible time in our country. You wanted to go to America where there's a good land and beautiful land. And then we promised that we would give you a ride there, we would give you supplies, and we would provide protection for you. So you go over there, you have fun and all that stuff, and then you start murdering Indians, taking more land. That makes the French upset, and then we have to pay more soldiers and give them all the way over and pay everyone on the ships and all on the stuff. And then we have to protect you, and then we're just keep getting broke and more broke and more broke. And then we have to tax you because we're not getting any money. We're not getting anything. We have to tax so we can get some money and we can.
Are your people angry, sir? Are they angry? Yes! All right, thank you for your 30-second statement. Now would you like to rebut the Patriot side?
Yes. I, for one, don't care about your king. I don't need your supplies. I don't need anything that you provide us. So what? We dumped your tea. I, for one, don't care for your tea. It tastes like rubbish. Okay? Rubbish, I tell you. All right?
All right. Would you like a response, sir?
Well, we're paying other. How about you? Although you don't like the tea, your people still do like the tea, and we're paying all this money for you, spending all our money on you so you can live. Okay, they like your tea, I know. And how about taxes? You tax us on things we need. Are you trying to kill people or help us live? Which one is it? Well, we're helping you live, and as my people say, we won't stop until you drop.
All right, thank you. Thank you, sir. Oh, you have a baby, too. The poor little thing is just dying of starvation. All right. We have another debater, and I feel like the Redcoat side should be backing their people a little bit more because they should be right behind them. So get behind them, please. All right, we will begin our last debate, and this time we will allow the Patriot side to speak their truth.
Guilty.
I have one thing that I must ask you. Why did you tax us and not your own country?
I taxed your country because we need the money. I'm not going to take money from my own country. We're going to take money from you because you do not deserve that money.
But your people have money as well.
That does not matter. It matters for how much you have.
Your people have more money, though.
So, I donate money every year, but you don't.
Our country was poor and starving and needed help. Well, you had money. And you taxed us.
I don't care. It's my country.
Say before the conflict happened.
We love our king.
But we don't.
I don't care what you think. We loved our king before this happened.
But there's justice that needs to happen. The taxes that you are giving to us isn't fair. It's on things that we need. As one of my fellow Patriots was saying, it helps us survive.
I do not care.
So you want all the people who pay you money to die?
This is our country, and we're going to do what we want.
How do you feel about that, Patriots? Does that make you angry?
Yeah!
All right. And Redcoats, how about you? What do you think?
We don't care. You don't get a share.
All right. Fabulous job. So now we will take our judges into their chambers. Please
Let's go.
recess into your chambers to talk about...
You don't get a share. We don't care. You don't get a share. We don't care. You don't get a share. We don't care. You don't get a share.
Order in the court.
All rise.
Have a seat, please, jurors.
You from Hogwarts? Oh, that's cool.
Have the jurors or the judges come. Have the judges come to a decision.
We choose that the Patriots win.
Okay, can you tell us?
No, I will not.
Can you tell us why? We'll take one at a time.
Me?
Yes, Judge Lauren.
Okay, so I know the Redcoats have a point because they dumped the tea in the harbor. But still, do they want their fellow British people over in a different country to starve? No, that is wrong. Wrong.
All right,
Okay.
Jack. Judge Jack.
The tea, but they shouldn't tax the other country when they also have their same country isn't being taxed.
Okay, Jordan.
I agree with Lauren. I also agree that they deserve getting their tea dumped.
No, we should not.
All right. Back off.
Get away from me.
Nick.
It tastes like rubbish. I will throw my tea at your face.
I agree with my fellow judges because they chose to, the Redcoats chose to come over here. They didn't have to come. They chose to ruin their lives and not theirs.
Good point. Jacob.
Well, I think they should not be taxed because they never started the war. I think they should be taxing the French because they were the ones who started the war.
Good point. Really good points.
I have to agree with Nicole. She had a great point on why not taxing your own people.
There you go. Wonderful. Great job.
Well, you want to go to jail?